Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to be unboxing a Rickenbacker 330 12 string. I'm going to be showing you an up-close look at the guitar, and I'm also going to give you some sound clips. So with that being said, let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to open it up. Okay, so to give you guys a background, I've wanted a Rickenbacker guitar for many years. For those of you who don't know, Rickenbacker guitars were used by the Beatles, the Who, the Byrds, and they had this really unique sound. Now, there are many Rickenbacker models, but probably one of their most famous variants is the 12 string. The sound of the 12 string truly is magical. It has this awesome ringing quality to it that's unmistakably Rickenbacker. Here's a sound clip from the Chicago Music Exchange. So as you can hear, it has a really unique sound to it. Now, as I said before, I've wanted a Rickenbacker for many years, but I wasn't sure which model to buy. Well, when I saw this video clip of a matte black Rickenbacker 330, I knew it was the one for me. Now, normally Rickenbackers have shiny finishes, which look good in their own right, but there's just something about that matte black that really stands out to me. Now, one of the hardest decisions I had to make was, do I get the 6 string or the 12 string? At first, I was going to go for the 6 string, but the more I thought about it, I've always wanted a 12 string, so I thought, you know what, Rickenbacker's known for their 12 strings, let's go with that, and maybe in the future I'll get a 6 string. So the first thing I did was remove that plastic from the Rickenbacker logo. There's still a little bit of plastic there, but I'll get that later. Let's go ahead and open this guitar case. The latches on this case are really easy to open, and they feel nice and secure. Alright, the moment of truth. Here it is, my new Rickenbacker 330 12 string. Now I should mention where I bought this guitar. I purchased it from Rainbow Guitars. They were having a sale on the Rickenbacker models, and they had this listed for $17.79. Now I know that sounds pretty high, but considering these guitars normally go for over $2,000, it's a pretty good deal. So it was on sale. It's a brand new model, and it's in an awesome new color for 2018. Here's the matte black finish. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, before I purchased this guitar, I contacted the Rickenbacker factory in California, and that's where I found out that this is a new color for 2018. Apparently, it is really popular, and they're really considering releasing more models in the future with this finish. Fingers crossed for a 325 C64 in this finish. The moment Rickenbacker does that, I will buy one. Looking at the headstock here, we can see all the tuning pegs for the 12 strings. Now let's take a look at some of the case candy. This is the stuff that comes with the guitar. The first thing you'll see here is a big Rickenbacker sticker, and there's also a nice cleaning cloth and owner's manual in the same bag. Now I just read the tag, and it says that this guitar was made in June of this year. Rickenbacker guitars are made in the USA in Santa Ana, California. Here we have some hex keys for the truss rod, and there's also a key to lock the case. The guitar was completely set up by Rainbow Guitars. It has a brand new set of strings, and it should be ready to play. They also went ahead and gave me this really cool t-shirt. I love the design of this. It's just a simple Rainbow Guitars, and you can see a little star that says Tucson. That's for Tucson, Arizona. So now I'm gonna go ahead and plug this guitar in for the very first time. First, I'll go ahead and put a strap on it. Alright, now we're ready to plug it in. To test it out, I'm going to plug it into this Vox Mini 5 amplifier. It's a nice little practice amp that produces a lot of tones. So right off the bat, I started playing some riffs that came to the top of my head, and I noticed that it was a lot easier to play than I thought it was going to be. I've played Rickenbackers in guitar shops before, and I've always thought the necks were a little too narrow. Just the way that mine was set up, it really played nice and easy. And I'm not just saying that now that I purchased it. This guitar is not that hard to play, and the action was set perfectly. Now, as far as the knobs go, you have a tone and volume control for each pickup, and there's also a blender knob. But despite the name, it's actually an extra volume control knob for the neck pickup. I'll have to mess with it more when I do some recording. So I really like how this guitar plays, but I'm already going to make a modification to it. The knobs that come with the guitar have a chrome top, and although they do look pretty good, I prefer the black vintage knobs. The Beatles Rickenbackers had these black knobs, and even to this day, you can buy the exact same models they had. Now, when I was searching for these knobs, it was not easy. Complete sets were selling up to $61. I did find one set for $25 with $5 shipping on Reverb, but then I found some even cheaper on this website called Pick Guardian. The total with shipping ended up making it around $22, which isn't that bad. Included with the knobs, they also gave me a Pick Guardian pick. That's pretty neat. The knobs are in good shape, and I think they're gonna go on real easy. Now I'm gonna try something different. I have a standing desk, so I'm gonna use that as a workstation. We'll go ahead and put a throw blanket down, and then I'll carefully place the guitar on the blanket. Now before we get started, you're gonna need a set of precision screwdrivers. On the side of the knob, you'll see the small set screw. That's what holds the knob in place. Each knob has one of these screws, and you're gonna have to carefully loosen it so that the knob slides off. I'm gonna go ahead and try this 3mm screwdriver. Let's see if it fits. It fits pretty good, but it seems pretty snug. I'm hoping this goes smoothly. Let me go ahead and try the blend knob. Okay, so that one came nice and loose, and we'll go ahead and just slide it right off. The rest of the knobs came off pretty easy, except for the last one. I really had to crank on that, and finally, it came loose. Now here's something important to keep in mind. Don't ever lose your original knobs. If you ever go to sell your guitar, the next owner is going to want all the original parts. If you don't have the original parts, it's not going to have the same value. I'm going to reuse this bag to put my original knobs in it and keep them safe in the case. Now let's go ahead and put these new knobs on. Loosen the set screw, slide it on, and then tighten the set screw back up. You want to make sure that all the knobs are in the correct position. See that white line? It should be in the 12 o'clock position. When you're all done, the knob should look something like this. I think it's a lot better with the all black knobs. It looks so sharp with the matte black finish. So now that that's all finished, I'm going to put my old knobs in the case. So here's before, and here's after. Again, this is just personal preference, but in my opinion, the black knobs look better than the chrome top, especially on a guitar with the black finish. I'll give you a closer look at the cutaway there. Definitely one of the coolest features of this guitar. The neck on this guitar has 24 frets, and with those cutaways, it's really easy to get access to the high notes. Something I noticed about the truss rod cover with the Rickenbacker lettering on it, it's actually raised a little bit. It's not just printed on a piece of plastic. So now that I've walked you around the guitar, let me go ahead and plug it into my recording software and I'll show you what it sounds like. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. So there you have it. This has been my Rickenbacker 330 12-string review. If you're considering buying one of these Rickenbacker guitars, I would highly recommend the 330 12-string. It has great tone and plays real smooth. Bands like the Beatles made Rickenbackers world famous, and throughout the decades, Rickenbacker has remained relevant in the music scene. Bands like Tame Impala with the 336 string, Two Door Cinema Club with the Rickenbacker 330, and many new indie groups are using Rickenbacker guitars for their signature sound. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. There'll be more videos in the future. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.